A savage spear from Gunther, but not in the ring. Liv Morgan was seriously injured on Raw, and fans are fuming. Rhea Ripley breaks character. JBL calls for R-Truth to become world champion. And Bayley and Becky Lynch are ready to tear the house down on Raw's next Netflix episode. Oh, and Carlito just dropped a backstage bombshell on Triple H. From brutal roasts to real injuries and potential title shakeups, today's lineup is nothing short of explosive. Let's get right into it. Gunther roasts Goldberg with a savage spear. Forget dream matches. Gunther just speared Goldberg without ever stepping in the ring. After Goldberg posted a throwback photo of himself delivering a massive spear and claiming it as his breakfast of champions, Gunther slid into the comment section and destroyed him with 4 perfect words. That is not wrestling. Boom. No caps, no emojis, just straight up wrestling snobbery in its purest form. Fans instantly exploded with reactions, with many praising Gunther for not only standing by his purest wrestling persona, but also low-key calling out Goldberg's decades-long reliance on power moves over technical ability. This was not just a clapback, it was a message. Gunther, known for his hard-hitting, no-nonsense in-ring style, basically drew a line in the sand. Real wrestling versus flashy showboating. The shot felt especially targeted since Goldberg has always divided fans. Some worship his brute force charisma, others criticize his limited wrestling toolkit, but Gunther, he represents the new wave of disciplined physical storytelling in the ring, where every move has meaning and every sequence has purpose. And in that world, spears are not breakfast, they are barely appetizers. What makes this even more savage is that Gunther did it publicly, with absolute calm and confidence, turning a nostalgic post into a subtle generational mic drop. Now fans are begging for a real-life clash, but even if it never happens, this online jab has already given Gunther the W in the court of public opinion. Goldberg may have the power, but Gunther just proved he has the precision and the punchline. Is Liv Morgan seriously hurt? Here's what we know. Have you ever seen a WWE match turn from thrilling to terrifying in just seconds? That is exactly what happened last night on Raw, and now the entire WWE universe is holding its breath. Our top story today centers on Liv Morgan, who appears to have suffered a legitimate and painful injury. During her match against Kairi Sane, things took a drastic turn only minutes in. Liv took a bad fall, and her expression said it all. The agony was real. The referee quickly stepped in, calling off the match on the spot. According to several backstage sources, including a detailed report from PW Insider, Morgan is believed to have sustained a separated shoulder, an injury that is unfortunately all too common in professional wrestling. Now let us be clear, this is not part of any storyline, and it is certainly not a creative way to write Morgan off television for any outside commitments. PW Insider confirmed that the injury is 100% legitimate. There are no hidden angles, no side projects. This is a real medical situation. WWE's medical team immediately evaluated Liv backstage after the incident, and everyone is now awaiting a more complete assessment. At this moment, WWE is trying to determine how severe the shoulder dislocation is. That diagnosis will ultimately decide how long Morgan will be out of action. If the injury is serious, the recovery timeline could stretch up to 16 weeks before she is cleared to compete again. However, it all hinges on the final medical evaluation, which is still pending as of now. Sources are describing this as a freak accident. Importantly, no backstage heat or blame is being placed on Kairi Sane or anyone else involved. It was simply one of those unpredictable moments where reality abruptly collides with performance. JBL backs Ron Killings as world champ. Prepare for a shift in WWE's power dynamics. Ron Killings, formerly R-Truth, the 53-year-old veteran, has shed his comedy persona, chopped his braids, and emerged as a serious contender. His return at Money in the Bank stunned fans everywhere, and now WWE Hall of Famer JBL is making waves by urging WWE to go all in on the World Championship. Here we come. JBL compared Killings to timeless athletes like LeBron James, saying age is just a number, and pointed out how Killings looks like he is 28. Meanwhile, Booker T also expressed strong support, envisioning Killings lifting the World Heavyweight title just like Mick Foley did back in the day. With John Cena's retirement tour underway and Killings interrupting Cena's farewell moments, plus another match brewing on SmackDown, it is clear WWE is priming this storyline for something big. Imagine the moment Ron Killings, once the lovable trickster, raised high as world champion in 2025, defying expectations, proving veterans can still dominate, and giving fans a long overdue hero's journey. If WWE rides this momentum, Killings could take home his first top-tier title in nearly 25 years. Will WWE step up and make history? To me, that is the dream scenario, and honestly, it is overdue. Rhea Ripley shuts down toxic fans. As is unfortunately common when real injuries occur, some fans cross the line. A toxic corner of the WWE fan base began celebrating Liv Morgan's injury on social media, and one of WWE's top stars was not having it. Rhea Ripley, Liv's on-screen rival, took to X, formerly Twitter, and broke character to call out this disgusting behavior. PSA: do not celebrate an injury. Disgusting behavior. Do not be like them. Rhea's message struck a nerve and reminded everyone that behind the characters and kayfabe, these are real athletes risking their bodies every night. In addition, there has been unfair criticism directed at Kairi Sane, some fans accusing her of not reacting appropriately when Liv was injured. But realistically, what could she have done in the moment? Administer first aid in the middle of the ring? That is the job of the referees and WWE's trained medical staff. Kairi did the right thing by stepping back and letting professionals handle the situation. Women's Intercontinental title showdown, next week's WWE Raw on Netflix, just got seriously explosive. In a move guaranteed to shake up the women's division, guest GM Nick Aldis has officially announced Becky Lynch versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, and the stakes are sky high. Bayley dramatically returned last week by blindsiding Becky, reigniting one of the most heated rivalries in recent memory, stemming back to WrestleMania Saturday when Lynch snatched Bayley's spot and tagged Gold. The tension has been palpable ever since, and now Aldis has cranked that heat up by declaring that Becky will defend her newly captured Intercontinental title next week. Imagine the scene: two former women's world champions, part of the legendary Four Horsewomen who helped revolutionize WWE, throwing it all on the line in an all-out, no-holds-barred, high-stakes match. Becky has proven time and time again that she is the man. Fearless, resilient, and unbreakable. Bayley, on the other hand, is fueled by betrayal and vengeance, determined not only to silence Becky's jibes, but also to reclaim everything she lost. This is more than just a championship match. It is history in the making, and it could define the next era of the women's division. Will Becky's grit and momentum prevail, or will Bayley exact her revenge and rewrite the rules? Tune in to Netflix next week to catch every electric moment. Carlito reveals truth about Triple H and his WWE exit. Meanwhile, in other major WWE news, Carlito has finally opened up about his recent departure from the company, and his comments have raised some eyebrows. During an interview on Busted Open Radio, Carlito pulled back the curtain on his experience behind the scenes. He revealed that the more comedic elements of his character were not handed to him by WWE creative, they were his ideas. According to Carlito, while some fans thought he was being booked as a fool, it was all part of a creative strategy he devised himself. "I orchestrated that," Carlito said. "Some people complained, said they had me looking like an idiot, but those were all my ideas. Creative had nothing for me, and I still made something out of it." He went on to state that he had no illusions about his position. Being an older talent, Carlito knew he was not going to be prioritized or pushed to the top of the card. He also revealed something more personal. Triple H, while friendly toward him, was never really a fan of his character. "I think he personally likes me," Carlito explained, "but he was never a big fan of the Carlito character." Even though he was not shocked by the release, Carlito did express disappointment that he was not given the chance to wrap up his storyline with the Judgment Day. As he put it, "I was not too surprised. I signed for 2 years, and honestly, it went better than I expected, but I am a professional. I would have appreciated the chance to finish that story, so the Judgment Day faction could keep going strong. I do not understand why they dropped it like that. It felt like disrespect to the fans." Carlito brings up a valid point. Removing a faction member without offering any kind of storyline conclusion or explanation leaves a glaring narrative gap. It would have made more sense if WWE had written him out in a way that felt natural to the ongoing arc. And interestingly, Liv Morgan still wears Carlito's name on her ring gear, a subtle nod that fans have not missed. So there you have it, Gunther's precision roast, Liv's uncertain recovery, Rhea clapping back, and a possible R-Truth title reign on the horizon. As always, WWE never stops throwing curveballs. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you never miss another slam-packed update. Got a favorite moment from this week? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, stay sharp, stay savage, and stay ringside.